it's Kim back from Making Creative Memories in Time. Today I am here to work with our school days collection and work on the first day of preschool for my gorgeous little great niece Liliana's preschool this year. And for this layout, I am using World Virtual Crop Sketch number 2. And this, the link to this sketch will be linked down below. I'm just going to move this over to the side so I can eyeball it. Normally, I very loosely interpret sketches. I make them work for my needs. And so I am using, again, the School Days collection. I already have everything pre-cut, so hopefully it won't take as long. And I hope I'm not going to regret this decision. A little thought process here. So I desperately wanted to use this cute, like, back to school that is eclectic, can go for any grade. I really wanted to use this, and it's got this Island Waters color in the bus, in the windows. So I pulled in matting for my photos in Island Waters, even though there's other shades of blue. So I hope I don't regret this. We'll see as the photos go to the pattern paper. We see what we get. And also, something that I'm doing, I had previously done this cute preschool page. This is going to be the title page for Liliana's school album. And this I've intentionally sort of left open a little bit so that when she gets her preschool picture, I can insert that here, do a little journaling down here, a little journaling over here, add more embellishments as needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and use this gray paper as a backdrop to get my page started. And because I didn't have another one of these, I went into the black and white collection and pulled this grid. And I may actually even, I don't know, we'll see which side of this I'm going to use. So, as always, I have a white base. I'm going to move all of this here in a second and get myself going. I have a white base because you guys have followed me long enough now. You know I love the white base, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down first. Number one, this will add a little bit of stability to this page because this is not your typical cardstock. This is just the weight of the designer paper. And so adding this white base down to this will add just a little more stability to the page, which is one reason why I didn't go ahead and put so many embellishments over here. And I think I am going to just leave this one, the white grid. I think it'll be okay because I probably am going to do some pen work around the edges. Now, this white base, oops, I'm out of tape. And instead of editing this out, I am just going to show you how easy it is to change out our tape runner. Now, I prefer the repositionable, and I'll tell you why I prefer the repositionable over the traditional tape. Is I don't get things straight a lot, and I need that flexibility to be able to remove things. So that quickly, I changed out my tape runner. And these tape runners usually last a pretty good while. I have been scrapbooking a lot lately. Not a lot that you've been able to see by YouTube because I've been wrapping up the end of my niece's pregnancy album, which had a lot of privacy, like the end of my niece's maternity album. It had quite a bit of privacy in it. Let's get all of this moved around so that you can see easier what we're doing here. Okay, so my pieces are cut. And if you come back and look at this sketch, and one of the things I love about the sketch is it tells you what size everything needs to be. So let's put our pieces together. this piece is going to sort of be like this. This piece is going to sort of be like this, okay? Then this 6 by 8 piece, well, yep, is going to go here, kind of like this. This 4 by 6 piece, and here's where I'm second guessing, desperately second guessing, the Alum Waters paper. Desperately second guessing the Alum Waters paper. And this is going to go there. And then I pulled this because I had pulled this for a journal card down here, but I really didn't want that yellow, and I thought, oh, how cool would it be if I just use this leftover piece and use the notebook edge cartridge to make a little journal spot down here. So I'm just going to lay that up to the side. And then let's look at where our photo placement is going to go. So here again is where I said I've made a change. Instead of doing a 6 by 4, I think I'm going to do this 4 by 4 with a flip flap. And then over here, and that needs to come down, these need to touch. We'll line all this up. All we're doing right now is dry fitting. So this was her leaving the first day of school. Ooh, I do think I'm going to like the Alum Waters. I'm just dry fitting everything together right now, just to see how I'm liking this. Okay, I do like that. I think I may do a notebook edge on this paper as well. And then now, so that's pretty much the base of our sketch, okay? So now we are going to pull in, let me go ahead and put this guy in. The notebook edge cartridge. Let's look at what kind of stickers we may want to use and go ahead and get them on our mat. So when I think about a border, there's a border at the top of our sketch. I think I'm going to go with the crayon border, and I think I'm going to use just one, and I will make it work for my needs, okay? I may pull that apple because we have an apple down there. Let's see. This is the hard part for me, friends. Let's go ahead and pull in a crayon there. I was looking for a different color crayon, but we may use a crayon. Well, no, I don't want to use a pencil. I just want to use a crayon. But I'm pretty sure we have a crayon in our embellishment bag. Picture day, last day of school, back to school. Great job, right on, super top pick, excellent. Okay, I think that's all I want to use as far as those stickers. And now let's real quickly look at our embellishments. Let me take a moment to say thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I love to scrapbook. I take 500 million pictures, and I love to document them, tell the stories. There's a pink crayon of my nieces and my nephews. Even though she doesn't ride a bus, I like that bus. Her Grammy and Grampy take her to school every morning while her mom and dad are at work. I'm just looking through these to see. Ooh, I like the box of crayons, and I can put her name on the box of crayons. There's another cute little apple. And just because I pull these things out doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be used. I'm just pulling out things that I feel like may work. And there's another cute apple. And I think that's all as far as embellishments. So let's move these embellishments. I have the Creative Memories embellishment tray on the way. It should be here Monday. So we're just going to throw these in this little tray just so they don't get lost. And the rest of this is stickers. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, I do think I want to punch this paper. I'm not going to punch the pink because the pink is going to have a crayon border at the top. And so, because this is a smaller piece of paper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up right down here at the bottom. And I'm going to start my punch at the bottom, and then wherever it ends is just where it ends. I love this notebook edge. And there we go. Those weird people, I have to clean a little as I go. So I love that. That almost makes that look like one of those steno notebooks, right? I love that little edge. And we may come back in and do a little inking. I am going to do this edge just because there's a bit of this that's going to be seen through the photo, and you want it to match. You want it to be cohesive, right? So we're going to come back and do the same thing. There's just going to be a little of that scene. You know, I say this every time I use the border maker system. I did not think I was going to be a border girl, but here I am. Here I am, a border girl. I love it. A punch girl, so to speak. There's going to be this teeny little bit of that scene, but you want it to match, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and get everything adhered. Let's figure that part out. So I'm going to pull my mats in just to help with lining up at the bottom to make sure I'm straight. And we are going to start attaching everything. I'm going to start with this left-hand page first. Now, I've got to be real careful with this page because it's got embellishments on the back, right? And we don't want to mess that up. So, I'm going to give myself about 1/4 inch. And just because I may want things tucked at the top of this, I may want to tuck that paper down in. I'm not going to put adhesive all the way to the top of that paper here. I want it to be flush with the white paper here. That's just my preference. And for this to be about 1/4 inch up from the white cardstock, it's making it at about 1 inch. And I'm extremely downhill here. No, let's go about 1/4. Go with what is visually pleasing to the eye. Okay, and now this piece is 4 1/4. Four and a half by 5 1/2. And here's where I think I'm going to have some overlap. No, I'm going to let that bed up. I have to talk myself off the ledge sometimes, friends. Do you ever have to talk yourself off the ledge sometimes? I do. All the time. I love this I thought I may want to ink it, but I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to make it look a little frayed, especially this piece, because you're not going to be able to see it. Not this one, because you're not going to be able to see it, but I want this one to have that torn right out of the notebook look. Okay, now. Okay, now let's start on this page. Some of you guys have said, and I appreciate it, that you really like hearing my thought process as I work through how I'm designing and how I change up a sketch. I appreciate those comments. You never know what people like. You never know if they want to hear your thought process, not hear your thought process. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to line this right up. Because when these go in an album, there we go. I want that to look nice. Okay, now let's get this piece of here down. It's going the wrong direction with it. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. There we go. And then let's attach this guy. And see, we're only seeing a little bit of that in there. Okay, so let's go ahead now that these have been attached. And let's do our little crayon border. So I think I'm going to, well, if I can find my scissors, friends. Cut right at that brown crayon. And I am just going to go straight up with that. I know I'm a little short over here, but I may have an embellishment that's going to go there. And then this one, ooh, no, here's what we'll do. Well, we cut a little short there too. Let's see. Maybe we can get the best of both worlds. Yes, we can. And nobody's going to know this unless you tell. I'm not going to tell. Are you going to tell? I'm not going to tell. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and adhere these down, and then we will start our little embellishing process. This one's going to go in a flip flap. And I'll tell you something I learned with my niece's maternity album. I am not going to adhere these. The page protectors, the Creative Memories page protectors are fabulous. but I am not going to adhere these anymore to the page. These are going to go on top. They're thinner than the page protectors I'm used to with Close to My Heart. And while they're easy to slice to let your flip flap come through, they do have a higher risk of tearing, I have found. And I would much rather just adhere them to the top. Well, I can't get that straight, friends. So we'll go ahead and get this in a page protector and put that on a page protector. This is cute. I was really second guessing this Island Waters color, but am I ever so glad, because I really feel like it just helps these photos to pop, and I love that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm just going to eyeball this because I can see where I'm at here. Whoops, wrong place. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I made it punch right where those dots were by eyeballing that small piece. And then this is going to be my journal spot right here. Okay. And although it looks like the paper is backwards, it can just be upside down. No big deal. So I think, and I can straighten that up with the trimmer. That's just to get me started. Ooh, I like it. And I think the edge shows better right there. How cute is that? Okay, so now let's look at our embellishments. So I kind of like the school bus, like right here. And let's do the little apple there. We can do our crayons like this, and a little bit of this apple for that cluster right there. First day of school, so I'm not going to need this sticker that says first day of school. I don't know, I honestly don't know that I need, unless I do, let's see. We might do this. I feel like I want this cluster up here though. I feel like I like this. And then as far as a title, I think I know what I'm going to do for a title. Let's go ahead and get these embellishments down. I think I know what I'm going to do for a title though. it look like the crayons are sort of spilled out. I like that. Maybe straighten the apple up just a little. I love it. I love it. And maybe just, I think there's a lot going on up here. I was thinking maybe, I feel like there's a lot going on up here. I don't know. We're going to hold off on that one. Let's go ahead and get these in place because I do like where that is. Love this little apple with the worm. How cute is he? And really, friends, that can act as a title, but I want something up there. I do. Let's go ahead and put a little more adhesive right there. And then let's okay. So I have this All Smiles stamp, and I think that it is going to work just beautifully here. Let's see. I think it's going to fit. Yes, it is going to fit right there. But to ensure I get a nice, we're going to put this foam behind it because remember, there's other stuff on the back of that page. And this stamp has not been used, so I'm going to gently peel it off. I've had this for quite a while in anticipation, a year. I've had it a year in anticipation of scrapbooking some of Liliana's smiles. Season that stamp up real well because it's not been used. And I am going to just stamp with black ink. Let's pull in Archival Black. Now my Archival Black is drying out a little, so I'm going to do the Twisty Twist, Smush Smush, Twisty Twist, and this is one of the reasons why I love a good clear stamp. You can see what you're doing, friends. And here we go. A lot of people get nervous to stamp right on their project. I've got more paper. If it doesn't work, I've got more paper, right? And there we have it. I love it. So when you stamp, especially if you're stamping a title, you want to make sure that you've got something good and cushy behind it, especially if you've got other things on the back of the page. Now, normally I would want to stamp before, right? But the only thing that I feel like I want to add to this, I am going to, and these are dots that I've had out because I've been working on my niece's album, but like that color matches, the yellow matches, and the green matches, and these are just left over from that album. And so I'm just going to randomly put in some dots here, just because enamel dots make everything better, right? Enamel dots make it all better. And then over here, And I don't even mind mixing up the color of the dots. I just feel like enamel dots are a nice way to finish things off. And then down here, let's do green. And then over here, I really don't know that anything is going to show up over here. Possibly, let's do two of the little. And this page is finished. Oh, wait a second. It's not finished. It's not finished. We want to put it in a page protector and put on our flip flap. That's what we want to do. Let me grab a 4x4 flip flap. Now, friends, I have a drawer full of close to my heart flip flaps. And I am going through them before I start using any peekaboo pockets. But we're going to go ahead and get this page for sure in a page protector. This is going to be my title page of the album. So it's going to go right in a Creative Memories page protector. Pull out that nice white cardstock. And now we are going to attach this. These are fabulous page protectors. I love them. Close to My Heart was much thicker, and you could 100% cut your page much easier than you could this one. Sorry if my head gets in the camera. But now that I have these, I can go ahead and incorporate this. I'm just going to burnish that in with my thumbnail. So there we have it. What do you think? Sorry about that glare. But what do you think about that sweet page? I love it. And I really feel like the Island Waters helped my photos pop off the page. Again, that was World Virtual Crop sketch number 2. And I'm so happy with that title. There you go, friends. Like, subscribe, and follow for more. Happy scrapping.